Alright, so we're going to take a look at prime factorization. So as usual, go ahead and make your tabs, tear it all the way down, make your first tab, and that's going to be called prime factorization. Is a number that is divisible by 1 and itself. So prime is a number that is divisible by 1 and itself. Alright, so think about all the numbers. What is divisible by 1 and itself? So like 1, it's divisible by 1 and itself. 2 is divisible by 1 and 2, so that's okay. 3 is divisible by 1 and 3, that's fine. 4 is not a prime number because it's divisible by 1 and 2. 5 is a prime number, it's divisible by 1 and 5. 6 isn't, 7 is, 11 is, 13 is, 17 is. So again, divisible by 1 and itself. Alright, so step number 1 in finding the prime numbers, break the number down by dividing by prime numbers. Break the number down by dividing by prime numbers. Number 2, circle each prime number as you go. Circle each prime number as you go. Number 3, stop only when the ends of your branches are circled prime numbers. Stop only when the ends of your branches are circled prime numbers. Step 4, write your answer in numerical order. In other words, from least to greatest. Write your answer in numerical order. Alright, a couple things to note that we've talked about before, but I just want to remind you to make sure it makes life a little bit easier. So note, even numbers are divisible by 2. All even numbers are divisible by 2. So if it ends in an even number like 2, 4, 6, 8, would you appreciate it's divisible by 2. If it ends with a 5 or a 0, it is divisible by 5. If it ends with a 5 or 0, it is divisible by 5. If adding all the individual numbers is divisible by a 3, then 3 goes into it. If adding all the individual numbers, it is divisible by a 3, then 3 goes into it. This is a listening check. This is a listening check. Put a box around the word individual. Put a box around the word individual. Same thing with 9. So same with 9. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say we had 147. 147 ends with a 7, so it's not divisible by 2. But if we add 1 plus 4 plus 7, we're going to get 5 plus 7 equals 12. So 3 goes into 12. That means it's divisible by 3. 147 you can divide by 3 to get a whole number. But it's not divisible by 9 because 9 doesn't go into 12. Okay, so this kind of just helps you when you're breaking stuff up. So example 1, let's take a look at actually 147 since we just mentioned that. The very first step that you need to do is break the number down by dividing by prime numbers. So smallest prime number, again, 2 doesn't go into it, so remember 3 does because it adds to 12. So 3 into 14, 4, and then we're going to get 49. So sometimes I have to do a little long division. So 147 breaks down to 3 times 49. And remember, every time you get a prime number, you circle it. So 3 times 49. 49 is not a prime number. It breaks down to 7 times 7. 7 is a prime number because it only goes in by 1 and 7. So I've stopped because everything is circled on the end branches. And then you can check it. 3 times 7 times 7. So when you multiply all your circles, it should give you the original number. 3 times 7 is 21, 21 times 7 is 147. So that's how you break it down. It's going to be very important to be able to break down a number into its prime numbers. This is a listening check. This is a listening check. Color in the box 48. Color in the box with 48. Let's break down 48. And there are many ways of doing it. Let me just do 6 times 8, but you could do 2 times 24. Break down 6, 2 times 3, and those are prime numbers because they're only divisible by 1 in itself. Break that out to 4 times 2. 2 is a prime number. I can break down 4 more into 2 times 2. And then write it in numerical order. Stop when stop because all my branches are finished. So you can check this. If you multiply all the circles, it should give you 48. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. Perfect. So make sure when you break it down, you check it to make sure that you did it correctly. Otherwise, you get the problem wrong for nothing. Let's take a look at another example. Let's say 126. Again, remember it ends with a 6, so it is divisible by 2 because it's an even number. So what's half of 126? Half of 120 is 60. Half of 6 is 3, so 63. So it's going to be 2 times 63. Then break down 6 and 3. Again, remember, if it adds up something that's divisible by 3 and 9 is divisible by that. So 6 plus 3 is 9. So it's divisible by 9. 9 times what is 63? 7 times 9. And 7 is a prime number. 9 breaks down to 3 times 3. And now I'm finished. I can't break those down anymore. So check it. 2 times 7, or put it in order actually. 2 times 3 is 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 7 is 126. Alright, so I'm good. So don't forget to check it. It's really important because sometimes you make a mistake. This is a listening check. This is a listening check. Put a box around 126. Put a box around 126 in example 3. So again, 96 ends with an even number, so it's divisible by 2. So half of 96, half of 9 is 45, half of 6 is 3, 45 plus 3 is 48. So 2 times 48. Break down 48 again, and again you don't have to do 2's, but I'm doing 2's. You can do bigger numbers if you want. 2 times 24, that breaks down to 2 and what? 12. That breaks down to 2 and 6. Breaks down to 2 and 3. And we finish because now all the ends are prime numbers. So we're going to check it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's and the 3. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. 32 times 3 is 96. Alright, so I am good and I've checked it. Alright, so let's practice because you're actually going to need this for the next thing that we're going into.